Welcome back. In the coming week, the province of Kwa-Zulu Natal will host a commemorative event in remembrance of Princess Nandi kaMbhengi, who passed away in 1827. She was known for her beauty, her courage, as well as confidence. She is also remembered as a fierce and strong leader. Let's get more on this with Mbhengi II, kaBonginkosi, chairman of the Nkosazana Nandi of Elangeni Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us, Nkosi, for being with us this evening as we talk about someone who's really revered in our history books. Queen Nandi was known for her colorful character, for her bravery, and for her boldness. But she's also someone who's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. How would you liken her to the ordinary South African women who face their own challenges in today's times?
Pleasure for having me in your show. Just to be straight to the point, we will like our princess, our royal princess Sondandi, which is Princess Nandi kaMbhengi the first, to be remembered for who really she was. She was a strong character, yes, but some of her history has been distorted in such a way that it even distorts her character. So by remembering her, we are trying as a family to redress that, to correct the history, to tell the people the right history of our royal princess, her standing, her life as a whole since she was, actually before she was even born, and as a child growing up until she became the honorable queen of the nation that was built by her son, King Mlilwane.
Nkosi, when you speak of a distorted history, just bring us into confidence in terms of what has been told with regards to Queen Nandi's story in opposed to what the truth actually is.
First of all, a person, if you want to really correct the history of a princess, you need to understand the setting, actually, that the history that is distorted was constructed upon. You must understand the power of women have been distorted in general. People don't know what is actually a princess, why they should be a princess, why such a princess will grow to be a queen, and all those things. So by not understanding that, you will have people getting confused easily by the history of our princess. Let's first elaborate. The princess was born a princess at the royal Elangeni kingdom, of which we no longer have the royal kingdom. But it was known since she was young that she's going to be a queen, she's going to give birth to a king. In our modern culture of the Zulu kingdom that we have now, actually the current Isilo is the prime example that according to a Elangeni custom, the royal princess, when she gets married, she's going to be the queen of that nation that she got married to. Hence, King Mrs. Zulu is a child of Princess Madlamini of Royal Eswatini Kingdom, of which they are Amalangeni like us at Mhlatos. So that is the point that is distorted. It's like it was by mistake or by chance or by maybe killing people that Chaga became the king. Whereas it's not like that. It's because he was born by the royal princess of Elangeni, then automatically that princess will be a queen, that princess will give birth to a king. So in our princess's sense, there is a distortion which is clear in present terms, because you have a Elangeni kingdom not even recognized, not even existing anymore, and not anyone seeing anything wrong with that, but at the same breath trying to praise King Saga and the kingdom that he built, of which that kingdom will never we will call it in Zulu, insika, noma izinseka. We'll never have enough of izinseka if you don't have people of Elangeni, because they are what we call umongo wobukhosi belembe.
So, Inkosi, then how important is it for us to avoid this distortion by preserving our heritage through literature, screenplay, as well as music?
It's sad, because we're not going to preserve our culture by going to scriptures. Maybe we have to write new books. Maybe we have to write, we have to redefine our culture. I will make an example. People, they don't know that for you to correct things, you have to have proper umsamo and have proper communication with your ancestors, the people who really perform those things. We are not going to talk about King Shaka without having a proper connection with King Shaka, so that you get proper messages from him. People who are deep into culture, they will tell you that there is a lot of wrong things in terms of our pure African culture. Actually, by saying pure African culture, there is already a distortion there, because the term Africa is not really indigenous. The indigenous name of this continent is Izwelengodwane. We will call it Ingodwana land. So by saying Africa, already everything is wrong there. You can never have what we call Isintu, because Isintu can only be associated with the name Ingodwana. So there is a lot, my sister. That's why I'm saying, actually, you have to look at the conditions, look at the settings to correct the actual history. So if you have to correct the history of our people in general, we will have to take people to go back to their homes, fix what we call umsamo. Fixing umsamo, it's so difficult, because it needs the family now to unite. You must understand, our current life is designed in such a way that it's destructive to a family life. So the conditions that we've been put in, that have been created around us, distort everything around us by distracting everything, including the family structure, of which is the crux, of which is the center of everything that we do as Black people. So you will find it difficult, my sister, to redefine our culture if we don't go back to what our family used to do. You must understand, our families were not doing exactly the same way. I would say the same thing, but not exactly the same way. There are people who will call them abantu basemanzini, who believe they are from Elangeni. There are people who will think they are like spiritual people. There is 4 basic elements of life: water, air, fire, and earth. So our people were divided in those 4 categories. So you have to take people back to that, so that people will understand that the 4 basic elements of life, they are not just there for fun. They are not something that you should be learning at school, but they are something that you should be learning at home. We will say in our Zulu, amagumbi amane omhlaba. By referring to amagumbi amane omhlaba, we are still referring to the basic 4 elements of life.
Of course, of course.
So you need to understand that.
So, Nkosi, when
so
we
that you can get that connection back.
Of course.
So that now, after 8 years,
it just for us, in the interest of time, Nkosi, sorry to come in there, in us being able then to continue in telling our stories in the right way, we do know that the KZN province will be commemorating Queen Nandi on the day of her passing, being the 10th of October. Just take us through what some of those commemorations will include and how they are positioned in such a way to educate.
Yes. On this coming weekend, we are going to have a gala dinner on the 6th. The gala dinner will include the lecture about the Elangeni kingdom itself and the princess. who the princess was, her standing in our royal kingdom, what made her to be the honorable princess, queen of a nation that was built by her son, why actually her son had to be installed to be the king. All those things will be answered during the lecture. And then on the 7th, we are going to host the maidens, the young girls, the virgins at Ngodini Pundos, where we are going to be launching officially the program called Kulantombi. We are teaching young girls what is a woman. There was a saying by Thomas Sankara, the former president of Burkina Faso, that women rule the other half of the sky. It's the truth. It's what actually informs our culture, that women are so important in our culture in such a way that umuzi is called after the grass that used to make inhloko. So inhloko is worn only by women. It's only them who are allowed to wear inhloko within the homestead, because they are the true owners of the home. They are the true heads. So we are going to teach these women that their true value and how much they can shape the society, how much they can shape the future generations, because we know really women are powerful in our true culture, not in modern. We understand women have been stripped of all their dignity. They've been reduced to people who are just following men. But it was not like that in African culture, in what is called our pure Isintu.
All right, Nkosi, thank you so much for your time this evening.
We will then have, which is a Sunday, we will then have the main event. Then the commemoration starts at 6 until 10. And then on Saturday, it's going to be from early in the morning, 7 o'clock, up until 6 o'clock. We'll be doing the last itinerary in terms of the program. And then on the 8th, we're going to have the commemoration starting at 10 until 2, where we'll be commemorating the princess with songs, taking the maidens to the tombstone or the grave, where they will ask for izinhlanhla and all those things as per our culture. And then on the 10th, we're planning what should be actually a family-only gathering, where we'll be doing our family rituals. But then again, we will have all things coordinated accordingly so that everything goes smoothly.
All right, Nkosi, thank you so much for your time this evening and for enlightening us on such a very strong and important figure within the South African history. Thank you so much for your time.